Good morning. Welcome to Active Aging with Barb. My name is Barb Eisenberg. I'm a physical therapist assistant and also a licensed massage therapist. I work with the team at Therapy at Home, where our passion is to inspire seniors like you to live happier, healthier lives so you can age successfully and independently with a positive attitude. So together we can create possibilities as we get older and better. Today I'll talk for a few minutes about speech therapy and how they can help one with dementia at mealtimes. Then I'll get going with an exercise program for about 25 minutes. We'll lengthen and strengthen as many muscles as possible. So remember, this information is for educational purposes only. It's not meant to diagnose or treat any specific condition. If you have questions about your own body, make sure you check with your healthcare provider. So why is this important for us to think about? As we get older, our risk for dementia increases. After age 65, every 5 years, the risk actually doubles. And so by the time we get to be 90, and I hope we all get to be 90 years old, the numbers of people with dementia are about 37% of those over 90 years old. So it's going to affect a lot of us, hopefully not you and me, but it's something to think about and something that can be helped. And a speech therapist is a great one, a great resource to use. So we think a lot of dementia about memory loss, but it can also lead to challenges at mealtimes. And those simple pleasures like eating a meal or enjoying your favorite foods become even more important as some of the other activities are no longer possible as the disease progresses. But with the help of a speech therapist, you can continue to enjoy your meals and continue to be safe. So we think about mealtimes and eating as something as kind of automatic, but it's actually a very conscious activity. A lot of brain power is needed to know what to pick up, what utensil to use, how to, there's lots of things going on in our mind in order for us to eat safely. So we actually have a lot of control over what we do at mealtimes. But with dementia, some of that control might be lost and we might need help to stay safe. And I'm going to talk about 3 ways that a speech therapist can help you stay safe at mealtimes. So number 1, they can help work on the muscles of the mouth, the lips, and the tongue to help you make sure that you move that food around properly and that it doesn't cause any choking when you're eating. Number 2, aspiration is another concern at mealtimes, and that is when food or when liquid gets into the lungs, and that could make you at higher risk for pneumonia. So we want to prevent aspiration, and there's a couple of ways to do that. One suggestion might be, like they did with my mother years ago, they suggested no mixing liquids with solid foods, because you're trying to chew that solid food while you're holding that very thin liquid in your mouth at the same time and not letting that liquid go down before you're ready to swallow it. So that might be one suggestion. But another suggestion might be to thicken the liquids to make it easier to hold them in your mouth until you're ready to swallow. And there's different levels of thickening, and a speech therapist can help you determine what level of thickening is appropriate for you or for your loved one. So that's another way to help keep you safe. Number 1 is exercises for your mouth, tongue, and lips. Number 2 is thickening or not mixing liquids with solids. And number 3 is some changes in solid foods that they might suggest. Sometimes it's as simple as cutting them up in food up in bite-sized pieces. If utensils have become a big challenge, making food bite-sized that you can pick up, make sure that the person can continue to eat on their own. Not having to use utensils, but being able to pick the food up instead. Or they might suggest grinding or even pureeing food. If chewing becomes more difficult, you want to get the most nutrition out of the food, and that means it might need to be ground up or pureed in order to get that nutrition out of the food if the chewing becomes more challenging. So those are 3 ways that a speech therapist might help you stay safe and keep those mealtimes enjoyable. I hope you'll remember this, and they're an important resource to use and an important partner with you if you have a loved one that has dementia. For our next video, we're going to be talking about communication and the use of cues with folks that have dementia. Cues become really more and more important, and there's different types and different levels. So we'll talk about that next time. We're going to be exercising, and we're going to start with our warm-up. But if you have never exercised, or if it's been a very long time, you want to make sure you check with your healthcare provider and get the okay. And if you start exercising and you feel symptoms, chest pain, shortness of breath, dizziness or lightheadedness, make sure you stop and get checked out before you continue. Thanks for joining me. Let's get started with a warm-up. So I'm going to start with a side to side. Remember, side to side is a great exercise for these hip muscles, these hip abductors, and those hip abductors are really important for balance. So if you're thinking you want to do something and you also want to think about balance, side to side motion is a great one to do. And it also warms up your hips. If you add a little bend, it increases your heart rate a little bit. That's one of the things with the warm-up. We're trying to increase the heart rate, get the blood pumping. And if you want to do that even more, then you add some arms. It's funny, anytime you reach your arms over your head, it's going to make your heart rate increase. So that means you're burning more calories. All right, if you want to burn more calories, get those arms up. Reaching up. Now let's do some kicks. Side to side. When you get the side to side motion, or you're kicking side to side, then you're getting some rotation and a little more loosening of the hips. Now remember, this is your workout, so if I'm going too fast or something you just can't pick up on, just do it at your own pace. On the other hand, remember, you only get out of it what you put into it. So if you're not challenging yourself, you're really not going to get the best benefits. All right, I'm going to move to the... Now my arms stopped moving. Let's get the arms back in. Reaching up. Reaching up. We want the heart rate up because we want the full cardio benefits as well as the muscle benefits. Kick into the front. And reach with the arms. When you're kicking, try to kick only with your legs, not using your whole body. When you kick only with your leg, that means you're engaging the core. Everything else is stable, and you're working the core as well. Core muscles are really important for balance. They help support your internal organs if you have a strong core. You don't want those internal organs hanging out. All right. Kick into the front. And we're also engaging our minds. That's why if I talk too much, I forget to use my arms. Let's reach up. Reaching up. And we'll go back to side with a tap. Side to side. When we're tapping, we're activating that calf muscle. Side and tap. Side and tap. You decide the speed and the effort. Some days I know feel a little more tired, but I guarantee you'll feel better by the end. Reaching up. Good job. Keep reaching. I'm going to reach to the front now. More of a punch. Still using the shoulders, using arm muscles. We're trying to work as many muscles as possible. And reach, and reach. One arm is one level up. If you reach with two arms, you get a little more effort, a little more heart rate increase. Simple changes can really make a difference. Let's go back to kicks. Good work. I'm going to reach and pull. Reach and pull. Kicking to the front. Reach and pull. Arms are still going. Legs are still going. Good job. And side to side. Keep those arms moving too. We're trying to really get the heart rate increased and increase the breathing. Deeper breaths. Get that oxygen into deeper parts of the lungs. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Deep breaths. Deep breaths, reaching and reaching. Let's just do a march. Lifting those knees high and swinging the arms. Almost done with the warm up. Good job. Reach. Big march. March and reach. March and reach. March and reach. March and reach. Gotta keep the mind engaged as well. March and reach. One of the things we've talked about in the past is how exercise helps reduce your risk of dementia or can delay the onset of symptoms. So another one of the benefits, besides strengthening and lengthening your muscles and your heart and your lungs, now we're going to loosen up the shoulder and start engaging the core, the big figure eight. Big figure eight. One of my favorite exercises. Big circle in the front and to the side, reaching up as far as you can. Reaching down, big circle. Very simple movements, but very effective. Working multiple muscle groups. And the other side. Starting small, turning the shoulder over. Your elbow is bent. Big circle. Reaching up and reaching down. Reaching up and down, trying to get all the way high as you can and as low as you can. So here we're rotating around the spine. We want to keep the spine strong and flexible. And up, down, and up. Let's do both arms. Circle and back. Circle in front and circle in back. Big circles. Big circles. So here we're rounding the back and here we're arching the back. Rounding the back and arching. Pulling the elbows back. Rounding and arching. Good job. Very nice. Now let's get moving with the hips. So we're going to start with our toe pointing up and doing a lift. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Out to the side. Knee is pointing forward. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other side. Flex foot up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. To the side, foot is flexed. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Remember, speed is up to you. Now we're going to go with a pointed toe. Up for 8, 7. Try to not use a chair so you can work your balance reflexes. 3, 2, and 1, and to the side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other side, toe is pointed, up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. To the side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go down to the calf muscles. So we're going to go up on the toes and down, and up, down, up, down, up, and down. A few more. Up, really working the toes, working the calves, and 3. Now let's load up a little more. So one knee is up, bend that standing leg, straighten out, and then lift up. Lower down, bend that supporting knee, and straighten. Try to lift up and down, really loading up the quad, loading up the calf. Bend that knee, straighten the knee, and lift up and down. Let's go to the other side. So standing on one leg, hold on for balance, bend that knee, and up, and then lift the heel, lower down. Bend the knee, and push up. Lift up that heel, lower down. Couple more. Bend that knee. Push up, really loading up that quad. Lift the heel, lower down. One more time. Bend that knee, loading up that quad. Straighten it out. Lift up on the toe and lower down. Good work. Shake out those ankles. Now we're going to go, toe is pointed. We're going to point it to the back. And then straight legs, circle it around to the front. So we're working the range of motion in the hip. So toe is in back and circle it to the front. Back, circle it around. So we're getting the whole hip joint. Circle around and back, circle around. Other side. Toe is pointing to the back. Try to keep the knee straight and then circle it around to the front. Point it to the back, still engaging the core, standing up tall. Circle to the front. Pointing to the back, circle to the front. One more. Pointing to the back and circle to the front. So working that whole hip joint. It's a very complex joint. It's a ball and socket, so it moves in all different directions. All right, let's go to the shoulder joint. So our arms, fingers are pointing up, arms are straight out, and we're going to pump it back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now down at a different level. So we're stretching the front of our shoulders, stretching the pecs, and strengthening the upper back. Back, pump it back. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we'll go up in a Y. Pump it back just a little bit. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very simple movements, but very powerful. Opening your chest, improving your posture. Let's go back to the hips. So you're going to bend your knee and push your knee back. So they start out even. Your two knees are even, and you're pushing the leg back for 8, 7, 6, 5. You should really feel it in that glute. 2, 1, and 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Might start to ache a little bit. That's perfectly normal. Just means the muscle is getting fatigued, which means it's getting stronger. All right, one knee is bent. It's even with the other knee. Push the heel back for 8, 7, 6, 5. Small motion. 3, 2, and 1. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right. We're going back to arms, but this time we're working the back of the shoulders, the triceps. Those are called triceps. They extend our elbows, and we're going to start with the elbows, and then we're going to add some quad work, a little plie. So we'll start with a wide base of support, pushing to the front, pushing out to the side, and then pushing down. Again, push front, push side, push down, standing tall, engaging the core. Push front, push side, push down, and reach up. Push front, push side, push down, reach up. Now let's add the plie. So bend the knees, try to keep the knee over the ankle. Don't let it go past your toes. And you turn the toes out to keep your knee in line with your foot. All right, so lower down. We're going to stay down here as we work the arms. So push forward, pull back, pull back. Push down, pull up, pull up. So we're working the core, we're working the quads. Push forward, pull back, even working the balance a little bit. Push out, push down, pull up, forward, stretching out the shoulders, pull back, and out, pull in, let's go behind now, behind, that's the hard one, behind, working your balance, behind, be careful there, hold everything tight, and now in front, push down, try to reach toward the floor. If you can touch, that's great. You go to your level. Push front, pull back. Now let's add some calf work. So hands on your knee, on your waist, and lift the heels. Just a little lift, up and up, up and up, up. Just tap the heels. 7, 8. Let's go fast. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Stay in that lowered position. Now we're going elbow toward the knee, elbow toward the knee, elbow, up, really working the waist, and up, side and up, side and up. Good job. Keep it going a little bit longer. I know that it's not very comfortable. Good job. Let's come up and shake out those quads. If it's aching a little bit, that's just fatigue. Those muscles can handle a lot of work. So let's do a lunge to the side. Point your toe out to the side. Bend that knee. Back leg should be straight. And we're going to put elbow to knee and reach way out as far as you can. So you're lengthening all those core, lengthening through the shoulder, through the elbow joint, and then come up. Pull back, reaching out. So you're lengthening first, and then when you come up, that's where you're strengthening. Really lengthen out, try to go a little bit lower, and pull up. Reach out, lengthen, and up. One more, lengthen as far as you can, and up. So we're reaching to the side. Let's turn the feet to the other wall, and bend that front knee. Don't let the knee go beyond the ankle. Try to keep it right over the ankle. Elbows going to the knee. We're reaching out with the upper arm. Reach as far as you can and pull back. Reaching out, loading that quad. Pull back. Reaching out. Pull back. Reaching out. Pull back. Try to challenge yourself a little bit. Loading up that quad. Strong quads. Make it easy to get off that couch, to get out of the car, to go up the stairs. Really important muscles, those quads. And up. Now we're going to turn and face over that knee. So still in a lunge, but we're facing forward. So hips are facing the side wall. Bend that front knee. We're going to take one arm and reach it out. Other arm is back. And reach with the other arm. So here we're really engaging the core. Reaching out. And come back. Reaching out. trying to stay straight from your head to your heel. Really lengthen, try not to round your back. Everything is straight. Reach in with one arm, reach in with the other arm. Reach in one, and reach in the other. Now if you want to increase your effort a little more, reach with both arms and pull back. Reach with both, lift up and over, up and around. Reach forward and forward, lift up and lift up. Reach forward, lift up and lift up. You should feel it in your quad, feel it in your core. Let's turn to the other side. Toes pointing to the other wall. Bend that front knee. We're going to reach out with one arm, come up, reach out with the other arm, and come up. Reach out, keeping that core nice and tight, and come up, reach out, and come up. Reach out, and come up. Reach out, come up, reach out, and up, reach out, come up. Now we're going to try both arms, so reaching forward, keeping everything straight, and come back, reaching forward, lift up with one, and over, reach out, up and over, reach forward, up and around, reach forward with the other arm, up and around. So working core, working shoulders, working legs. This is a full body workout. Let's do a little work on our balance. So stepping forward, stepping back, stepping forward, stepping back. If you want to touch with your toe, that's one level. That's perfectly okay. If you have to use your chair to start, that's okay. Just try to challenge yourself a little bit. Try to let go a little bit more and more each time. You got to challenge your balance to improve your balance. Challenge it a little bit, a little at a time. Stepping forward and back. If you want to increase the level, don't put your foot down. So holding that foot up for just a second. So for 1 second, you're balancing on one foot. It's okay if you fall over. You have another foot to catch you. So keep challenging yourself. Let's do the other side. Stepping forward, lifting the knee. Forward and back. Good job. You want to be able to move in all different directions and to maintain your balance. Let's go side to side. That being able to change, you can start side to side and then all of a sudden try to hold it. That's where you get the challenge in. Side to side and then stop and hold. Side to side and hold. Side to side and hold. Good job. Side to side. Hold it. Side to side. So the faster you're moving, the harder it is to stop. But you want to be able to change direction, change speed, and maintain your balance. Because there's always, as we go through our days, there's going to be times when we have to move slowly and when we have to move quickly. And we want to be able to change those speeds and still keep control over our balance. All right, heel out. Just tapping a heel. You're almost having all your weight on one foot. So another good balance exercise. Really simple thing is to go down a hallway and just step backwards. For 10 steps, turn around, step backwards. All right, let's stretch out the calves. We were doing a lot of calf work, so you might use your chair for balance. Reach the toe back, lengthen out, try to press the heel into the floor, and hold. hold. So I'm feeling it in my calf. I'm also feeling it in the front of the hip. We're getting the hip flexor and the calf. And if you shift your weight back, bend that knee, you can get that short calf muscle, long calf muscle. You want to get both. Short calf muscle. Good job. Other side, reaching the toe back. Press the heel down as far as you can. Try to lengthen out, straighten the knee as much as possible. Trying to push that heel toward the ground, feeling it in the front of the hip and in the calf. If you want to add a little more, you can reach forward and up and a little to the side. Really working your balance while you're working that calf. And up. And shift your weight back to get that short calf muscle. Forward for the long calf muscle. Good job. Always need a little hamstring stretch, so heel is down, toe is up, coming forward, feeling it down the back of your leg. Deep breath. Other foot, heel up. Bend from your hip joint, not rounding your back. So hands on your thighs, or you can use a chair, feeling a stretch down the back of your leg. You can do this sitting as well. Great hamstring stretch. Hamstring stretches help reduce the tension in our lower back. Really important. Let's take a couple breaths. You made it through. Deep breaths and blow it out. One more deep breath and blow it out. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.